Just be out with us to Playa del Carmen. This is our third time here in Playa del Carmen, and this time we stayed here for 2 months.
We've created a complete travel guide here in Playa del Carmen and other places here while we were in Mexico. The link will be down in the description.
So if you are not sure if Playa del Carmen is right for you or not, we put together this video with Playa del Carmen pros and cons
to help you get the most out of your vacation. Just be out with us. If you're new to our channel, I'm Devon.
And I'm Irina.
And we are Just Be Out.
We create informative travel videos to help you get the most out of your vacation. So let's start with the pros of Playa del Carmen.
The first pro on our list is the close proximity to attraction parks.
There are a lot of different parks. Only Xcaret brand has several different parks, and there are also other type of companies that offer extreme parks and amusement parks and a lot of different fun options. And not only that, you can find lots of cenotes all around here, and well, Tulum ruins is not too far either. So if you are looking for a lot of activities and fun, and especially for families and kids, Playa del Carmen would be a good choice because it is the closest to all those attractions.
And our next pro on our list is affordability.
It is more affordable than Tulum and more affordable than Cancun.
And when we say affordable, we are talking about food, lodging, and shopping, of course.
Pro number 3 is that Playa del Carmen is walkable. If you're staying anywhere in the center, you can walk anywhere and you do not need to rent a car. But if you're staying in Tulum or Cancun and want to go anywhere outside, you would definitely need to rent a car or a bicycle or moped or any other type of transportation, maybe even a taxi.
So make sure you factor that in on your budget. Next up on our list is free beaches. And you might think free beaches, aren't all beaches free? Well, not exactly.
If you've ever traveled to Tulum, you know that all the beaches are reserved for beach clubs, and you cannot even go through the beach club to get to the actual beach. There are only 2 entrances that you can enter for free, and they are not that great. But in Playa del Carmen, you can access the beach pretty much from anywhere, and
you don't have to pay a fee.
Exactly. And when it comes to Cancun, also you have to go through the resort to get to the beach. That means you have to be a guest at that resort.
And when we say pay a fee to enter the beach, it's not like someone is there to collect a fee for you to just enter the beach. What we mean is a lot of these beachfront hotels, you basically have to go through that specific hotel. They charge you a fee, but it'll be for lunch or towards your drinks, and there's a small fee in there to enter the beach, and then you can access the beach. So it's not just to go to the beach, it's to pay for maybe lunch and drinks, and then you access the beach.
Different beach clubs definitely have different rules, and the fees vary greatly from $30 per person to $200 US per person. Yes, for a beach day.
Yeah. So again, prepare the budget for that. Next up, entertainment.
There is actually a lot of free entertainment in Playa Centro, and we put together a segment on entertainment in our travel guide for Playa del Carmen. But if you're looking for a party, you might think, oh, Cancun is mostly for parties, but no, Playa del Carmen has a really big party scene.
Next pro is accommodations. It is a wide spectrum on different places you can stay based on your budget or based on your personal preference.
Anywhere from hostels to all-inclusive and everything in between. The next pro is Playa del Carmen has a wide variety of food and dining options. Again, anywhere from street food and $1 food options to gourmet restaurants and steakhouses. So depending on your budget, Playa del Carmen can accommodate everyone.
The next one is a really big pro for us, and I'm sure also if you're a digital nomad or you're traveling and you need Wi-Fi.
And a lot of people now, due to the pandemic, switch to online work process, and I think that's actually why Playa del Carmen got better Wi-Fi now. When we traveled here 4 years ago, Wi-Fi in a lot of units wasn't that great. 15, 20 megabytes, it was really hard to find a good Wi-Fi. But now we notice a lot of places have actually fiber optic Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi is about 100 to even 200 megabytes, which is really good. Of course, you need to make sure you ask where you're staying, what the Wi-Fi is, but we were able to find a lot of options for us to work and to rent the apartment long term with good Wi-Fi.
Now, if you happen to stay in a place where the Wi-Fi is not that great and you need a little bit more speed, another option is to go to a co-working space. And now let's get into the cons. This is probably one of the reasons you clicked on this video. Well, we're starting off with the biggest one, and it's soliciting. When you're walking down Fifth Avenue, they solicit you in restaurants. They try to get you in to eat, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Shops, they get you in, they try to get you to buy clothing and all different types of apparel, and souvenirs. They try to get you into these places where they give you free shots of tequila even.
Taxi drivers are trying to get you into their taxis to take you places. They even offer you drugs and prostitution when the cops are few feet away from them.
And the soliciting is not only with adults, it's also children as well, and really young children. You'll see them, they'll either, be approaching you with bracelets to buy and all these different types of things. So yeah, the age range is very wide when it comes to soliciting.
And the funny thing that they solicit you not only when you walk on the streets, they even walk inside restaurants and try to sell you either bracelets, little trinkets, souvenirs, even honey and something else like churros or something like that.
They do walk in right while you're having lunch.
It's really funny when you're sitting inside the restaurant and they just walk in. Even entertainers, there are bands that walk around and they go inside restaurants and they try to perform for you and get tips from you.
And it feels weird because, if you're coming from a big city, you know that this is not a thing. You never have people soliciting inside of an establishment already, so it kind of catches you off guard right away when someone comes up to you and you're in a restaurant or somewhere and they're asking you to buy something from them.
I think it's gotten a little bit better. 4 years ago, they were way more aggressive with soliciting. Now you just walk by, they just offer you, you don't pay them any attention, and at least they don't follow you with these things.
And also it depends on the time of the year that you come here. Obviously, if it's high season, they know like tourists are coming here within a few months period, and they need to make their money, so they get a little bit more aggressive than they would normally if you come low season.
So just come prepared and be patient and just tell them no and walk away.
Another con we noticed is that when we were here 4 years ago compared to now, prices have definitely gone up, and we know that's a part of a thing. You can argue prices go up every year, every month, but here in Playa del Carmen we notice it's been up significantly.
And not to say that the quality of service or food they're offering
has improved.
No, it's just the prices are a little bit higher than before.
The next con on our list is the restaurants. And even though there's a wide variety of restaurants and a lot of restaurants to choose from, most of the restaurants, you'll realize after going into a few of them, is that they're really kind of mediocre. And that goes whether you're having Mexican food or Italian, and you'll notice there's a lot of Italian places here as well as steakhouse. If you've eaten in any place and you found it really great, definitely leave a comment and let us know. Share it with us.
Yes, there are definitely just a few places that we actually decided to go back and enjoy the meal. Most of the places is just it's just food, nothing really special about it, nothing spectacular. The taste doesn't stand out at all.
And coming as a tourist and you're here for maybe a week or so, you might not notice it because you're just here, there, and everywhere having your drinks and having your meals. But for us, being here for 2 months, we've been to certain places, you know, a couple times, and we realize, all right, we're already out of options, even though there are restaurants everywhere. So we just end up cooking our own meals.
And especially talking about variety, it's mostly Mexican. I mean, obviously, we are in Mexico, that's to be expected. But the second largest variety of restaurants are Italian. So there is not much of different food options. There is maybe one or two Turkish, one or two Argentinian. We found one Jamaican, but we weren't really that impressed with the quality.
And just keep in mind, whether you're eating jerk chicken or anything else, it'll go inside of a tortilla. That's just the way it is. You're in Mexico, so don't be surprised at that one neither.
And still speaking on the food topic, because we are foodies, there is no good fresh seafood here in at least Riviera Maya coast. Even a lot of restaurants served salmon. I tried several places and it was definitely come from a frozen salmon. If you can tell the difference, you will definitely notice that.
And they did tell us, because we've asked several people about this, and they said most of the fresh seafood and the best seafood you can get when it comes to Mexico is if you're on the west coast, meaning Cabo San Lucas, different places on that
Pacific
side. Yes, you will get fresh seafood. This side, not so much. The next con on our list is the loudness and the ruckus, especially speaking when we're talking about Fifth Avenue. It's a madhouse there. Every restaurant on every corner, if you stand in the middle of four corners, you're getting blasted with either live music from a band or a mariachi band, music blaring. It's just, and it just sounds like a big mess. But again, it's Fifth Avenue. It's to be expected, but just know that when you walk down Fifth Avenue, music is going to be hitting you from restaurants, bars, clubs, you name it.
Yeah, and that might be a pro for you. We like the streets being lively and a lot of action, but when it comes to Fifth Avenue, it is a little bit to the next level, to the point where you're sitting in the restaurant and you cannot even talk. It's to that point. That's why when we created the travel guide for you, we included restaurants that still have, some of them have live music, but they are a little bit toned down, that you can actually enjoy conversation and still have a nice lively atmosphere.
And the reason why this is the way it is because all these bars, restaurants, lounges, even clothing stores, they're all fighting for your attention, and they use music to get you into their stores. So everyone is just blasting music. And even like a restaurant that we would see would be like, why would anyone eat in there? It is blaring loud, like you can't even hear yourself think, much less eat. So yeah, it's all a part of it.
And the restaurants, they come up with all types of gimmicks. They have dancers, sparklers, and anything you can think of.
Mariachi bands are playing. It's just, yes, it's a lot. But again, this also comes down to the time of year that you come. During high season, everything is magnified times 10. The amount of people is just magnified, shoulder to shoulder. If you come high season, the music is louder, the soliciting is even heavier. So again, depending on when you come, know that if you come high season, you can expect this. And if this is your thing, then it's perfect for you. But if it's something where you kind of like your space, you don't like blaring noise, you kind of like to know that you need to stay away from Fifth Avenue.
And the next con that we noticed is that streets are broken down and they're very narrow. So you really need to watch out how you walk, because to break an ankle, it's pretty easy here. And we came close several times.
Yeah, the sidewalks are very broken up. They have a lot of trees and greenery next to the sidewalk, and the trees just uproot the concrete, so it's very uneven and broken, as Irina mentioned. And also you'll notice they'll have cable wires, like telephone wires or electrical wires, and it comes down from the telephone poles, and they just have it wrapped in a circle or in a spaghetti shape, just like on the sidewalk. So if you don't look where you're walking, you will trip over these. So just be careful.
And a lot of sidewalks don't have ramps, so they are raised maybe this much.
Yes.
So for those in wheelchair, you really need to plan your route and see how you're going to
Get
go
around.
down. And yeah.
Another con we noticed while here in Playa del Carmen, they have this attraction on Fifth Avenue where they basically have these wild cats. So you have little baby tigers and
White tigers,
yeah,
lions.
They just have them in a carpeted room with some cat toys, and basically they want you to come in and take a picture with these wild animals. And they're very sketchy in there. You will see when you pass it. They don't want you to, the moment you walk by their establishment and you have your phone up, there'll be like 4 or 5 people outside with yellow shirts. They'll go like this. They'll tell you no photos, no photos. Meanwhile, they put the cats right at the door to kind of lure you to come in and say, hey, take photos with the cats. But if you're on the outside, on the sidewalk, they don't want you to take any photos. Irene and I was kind of getting ready to shoot a vlog to show you what it was like. And we were a distance away from them, but they noticed I had a tripod attached to my camera. And the moment they saw that, he brought the cat out to the front of the door. And the moment he saw us in the distance, he picked up the cat really quickly and he took the cat in and he told the other guy like, hey, like they're there with a camera. So they don't want this to really get out there, and it's really sad because the cats are just, it's just a bad situation all around.
And we see that they exchange their cats really often. We don't know where they get them from. Obviously they are not rescued, because when we first got here 2 months ago, I saw them having kittens about this big, and now they have really baby ones. So they really want to have a small kittens there, wild kittens, and they exchange them pretty often.
And that does it for our pros and cons of Playa del Carmen. We sure hope you've learned a little bit. Maybe you're thinking about coming here and now you're a little bit more aware of different things here.
If you're interested in traveling to Mexico, we have filmed videos for you for Bacalar, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, all-inclusive resort Garza, and Isla Mujeres.
So be sure to subscribe to our channel, turn on that bell notification. This way you don't miss our next video. And as usual, just be out with us.